Hey guys, hey, it's me, Jimmy Lou, with the Messy Craft Corner. Come on in and say hello. You guys, it is bookmaking day. We're going to be making books today. I'm excited about this one. Yes, I am. I do like my red, white, and blue stuff. I gotta be honest. It's something that I do quite enjoy. Is doing the patriotic stuff. You ever drop something like literally right before you're trying to do something else? And that's what happened to me this morning. I dropped something right as I was getting ready to do something else. So, good morning. Good morning. Unpin this comment. I see Debbie Fritz and Liz Hughes. Cheryl Meach is here. Hello, Miss Michelle and Bobby. Some of you guys already purchased your kits. There are some kits available left in the shop. You can grab one for them to be shipped on Friday. So unless I get them, in between today, they'll go on Friday. So anyways, I was sitting out on the porch last night with Larry, and I felt like I got bit. I got a skeeter bite, okay? Got a skeeter bite, and I got one over here, and I said to him, I'm going inside. So I came inside, and I went to take a shower. No joke. I get into the shower, and I'm like, man, my leg really itches, so I'm scratching it with my foot, thinking that I had a mosquito bite. Here, I have poison ivy. I must have gotten it outside over the weekend. It's something I get very easy. So, good morning, Kathy Angel and Angel Watson. We have Deborah Campbell. Thanks for doing that. I need for you guys to do this for me, since I can't say it out loud. You guys all know what to do. Hearts, thumbs up, all that fun stuff. Okay. In your kits, you're getting some fabrics, okay? This blue with the stars. I picked some stuff that has sparkly. Just went a little out of our kind of comfort zone for like color wise, mine anyways. And I went with these two, and the blues sort of all match and pull together from the kit. Okay, so you'll get one bigger piece, which is this piece right here is the bigger piece. I'm going to have a stringer. And then you'll get one smaller piece. The bigger piece is the outside of your cover. The smaller piece is the inside of your cover. You're also going to get a piece of felt, white felt, for it just gives the cover a little bit of cushion, Good morning to you also, Miss Sherry. And then, you got some hand-dyed fabrics in your kits if you ordered a kit. And you have one of these. So what you get is not cut. I accidentally started to cut this square in the wrong place. So I just kept this one for myself rather than to send out a bum kit. So that was a me fault, not anyone else's fault. And then also I hand dyed some vintage rickrack for using for trim or for whatever. Some things that I use will not be in the kit. If I am, I will be telling you that. Otherwise, I try to stick as close to the kit as I can. You guys are going to be getting an 8x8 piece of red, white, and blue paper. It's mysterious. It's double-sided. I also ran out of that, so I am using 12x12 for my own stash that is not, I don't think it's double-sided. There might be, no, it's not double-sided. And I pulled out a bunch of different kinds, too, because I wasn't really sure what I wanted to use. I'm thinking of maybe this, because we can cut it down to what we need. But anyways, that's for the signature inside. So let's get cracking, you guys, and we can chat while we're getting cracking. Good morning, Miss Jolene. Oh, also in your kit, you're getting papers. Here's the papers that are in the kit. You're getting a doily. All of this is like for your signatures. A doily, some writing paper. There's hymn paper. I cannot guarantee that you're getting something patriotic. You may or may not. And then you're getting 2 sheets of dictionary paper that you could use in your signature, or you could just use it for tags or whatever. A doily, I think I said. This I want to thank my very good friend Cheryl from Mama Peas. She is also a junk journal. She'll be joining us in the Junk Journal Jamboree tomorrow. She's going to follow me at 2 o'clock Eastern. I'm on at 1 Eastern tomorrow. But she bought a bunch of this paper, and it's kindergarten writing paper is what it is. So everyone's getting a sheet of that. And then you're getting 6 sheets of junk journal paper that are just different pattern. Okay, now you could use this in your book. You could totally choose to use other kind. You can intermix if you like. And then I got this paper that I've dubbed Declaration of Independence paper. It does look nice inside the book. Okay, so that's the paper that you get. And all that paper is tucked into this envelope. That's where we're at. We're at this envelope right here. And we're going to be working with a glue called Fabri-Tac. It is by Beacon. You can get it at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Walmart carries it. You can get it off of Amazon. It is a fabric adhesive. Now, I use this for all of my book covers. I'm going to give a quick shout out to our friends over on YouTube. If you're watching all the replays in one place on YouTube, this was a previously live video on our Facebook page. And we welcome you to come and interact and join us over there as well. Okay, so we're going to close this up. I think one of these kits, one of these times, I would like to do a tall skinny. Who would also like to do a tall skinny as a kit? Because we can do that. We can't do it on this one because I haven't prepared for that, but... okay, so we're going to glue this down onto the felt, and then we're just going to give it a quick trim up to make it even with the envelope. The envelope is just a guide per se. It measures 9 inches by 12 inches. So when folded in half, you have a 9 by 6 book. So it's a nice sized journal to start with. Okay, so let's get going. Anne's Create and Share. Welcome, Miss Anne. So glad that you're here. It's cool in my room this morning, and my glue seems to be a little on the thick side. And I had a spoon somewhere in this crafty mess. Hang on a second, I need my spoon. Spoon is good for spreading. It helps to keep the glue from globbing and making those weird squiggle lines from spreading from just pouring the glue out. Larry gave me the suggestion of doing the... Hello, Leslie. A tall skinny, yes. Okay, well, we can work on that. We can work on a tall skinny. Larry gave me the idea of using a spoon to help spread because I was getting it all over my hands and it was a whole mess. And it was taking me days, you guys, to get all the glue off. So the spoon helps with that process. And it gets it from, because otherwise if you do this, those weird curly Q squiggly lines are gonna show straight through. They'll bleed right up through that felt, and it'll come through on your fabric. And you don't really want to do that. Yeah, I know. Larry gave us a good tip there, didn't he? He sure did. He's a keeper. I'll tell you what. He worked an 8-hour job. He was gone from the house for 9 hours yesterday for his regular job. And then he came home last night and he literally helped pack 40 kits. There are 22 left over in the Shopify, you guys. If you want to get one, the link's in the description of the video. Good morning, Esther. Don't feel like you have to purchase a kit, but if you would like for the tutorials all day today for completing the journal front to back, you can also click on the Ko-fi link and you can leave a tip over there. Help me reach a goal this month. All of the Ko-fi tips from this live, from these lives today, all of the Ko-fi tips are going to go into my granddaughter's bank account. I'm going to be giving all of the Ko-fi tips to her to start a bank account for her for, college or car or whatever it is that she's going to choose to do. So I was watching this lady who gives tips on how to be really good grandparents. And, she was saying that have a set price what you're going to spend for a birthday or whatever. And then, purchase something that they want and something that they need, and perhaps a book. Well, you know books are going to happen. I was told I could buy as many books as I want. But the lady who was giving the tips said, you know, if you plan to spend $100 and you buy something they want and that costs $35, and you buy them something they need, and maybe that totals out to like $75, then you take the extra $25 and you put it into their bank accounts. So that's what I want to do with the Ko-fi money today, is I want to start an account for Alara. And just because, oh, she's so precious. She's such a precious little girl. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see. Not that I want her to grow up too quickly, but I cannot wait to see what she becomes, because I know she's going to be something awesome. I can just feel it. Good morning, Chris. So anybody have to like work today and you're sneaking me in during your work day, or y'all just off today? And some people, they have off during the week instead of on Memorial Day. Other people, they just have to work all the time, which I'm sorry if that's you, I'm sorry. Okay, so just make sure you press your envelope down really good onto your felt. I just buy white felt. Someone asked a question about what kind of felt do I use. Do I use a sheet of felt that you purchase? I buy mine by the yard. And the reason I buy it by the yard is because of the kits. Otherwise, I would just buy the 9x12. Working and watching with one eye, right? I remember those days. I remember when I worked and would be like sneaking in people like Lizzie and Aaron and other crafters would be on during the day. And I'd be like watching with one and typing and doing background checks with the other. That was my job. I did background checks on all the volunteers for kids ministry to keep the kids safe. So 50 years and retired. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. So here we go. We're going to just keep doing our trim work. So that way it keeps the shape of the 9x12 envelope. Envelope, however you say it, it's the same thing. And I do buy my envelopes from Staples, because I buy those also in bulk. Oops, I caught the edge of the envelope there. That's okay. Hello, Carol. Oh, my shower door could use a good scrubbing too, let me tell you. You know what, let me move this, because the board here, or the mat here, I can wipe off. Okay, so going with my big piece of fabric is where we're headed next. And isn't this pretty? Can you guys, is the camera catching all those sparkles? Yeah, lightweight fusible fleece will also work. I go for what's cost efficient, because I really don't like to put my prices up for you guys. And the more expensive something is, the more I have to charge you guys. And I like having something that's a smaller kit that like everyone can afford. So, and let me also just tell you that if I'm ever doing a kit that you absolutely love and you say, hey, can I make a payment? Can you set me up on a payment plan? Most of the time I'll say yes, unless it's a really desirable kit. Then I might be like, well, you know, so, but I like to do in 2 payments. If you want a kit like this and you can do 2 payments, one today and one next week, I'm happy to hold a kit for you. Okay. So now's when the spoon really comes into play. Really? Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of things that you can use. There's batting. You can get batting. That makes it a little bit more floofy. A little bit more cushion. You could use bubble wrap if you want to use bubble wrap to do this. Whatever is kind of like soft and squishy. Some people use like old quilts that are icky, and you know the insides are kind of falling out or whatever, and that works out too. Okay, so I start out this direction, then I flip the whole thing over just to get it started so it's straight, because we want this to go on straight. Okay, so I want you to know that tomorrow is the Junk Journal Jamboree, and I have a cover started, not this size, it's smaller, using a medicine box, a box that had medicine in it. I'll post, yeah, Mr. Clean erasers are great too. I'll post a picture of what the box is that I'm using for tomorrow. And then, you guys, I'm covering it exactly how I'm covering these. I'm covering that for tomorrow. And then we're going to work on a little book tomorrow, a mini. I'm going small tomorrow. I don't usually go small. 4x6 is usually like the smallest of a book that I'll do. But, gee, you never know what's going to happen around the Messy Craft Corner. You never can tell, that's for sure. So has anybody done anything interesting already yet today? We already know somebody's cleaning their glass shower door. Carrie Hall, that's okay. We really just got going with the book cover. And we've been talking about the sparkles. Guys, is that really catching nice? I don't know. I didn't really see on camera how it was catching. I feel like it's catching nice. There's some really pretty sparkles in this. All right. So we're going to squeeze out some more glue. And I just use the back side of the spoon. And I slowly spread because otherwise it gets gloppy. And if it's gloppy and not spread thin, it'll seep through your fabric. Yeah, I know. People who are on Mountain or Pacific time, I apologize that I come so early for this. But what's a nice time of day for you is bedtime for me. Yeah, you can order some printables. The printables that I used over the weekend are great printables for this. I just chose not to use them for this project. I just didn't want to add one more thing for you to have to purchase to do this book. So, I mean, and you could always go to Michael's, to their, the paper that you can just buy loose. Hobby Lobby also sells it that way. Oh, I should turn that sound off so you guys don't have to hear it. And you can purchase individual. You have physical therapy at noon. Okay. Good to know. All right, let me just mute this. You guys don't need to hear that. I'm sorry. Something is coming today. Yeah, I ordered this paper for the background of my work surfaces, and it was supposed to come yesterday, and y'all know my woes with my mailman. 6 a.m. California time. Yeah. But like when it's 6 o'clock in the evening for you guys, it's like it's 9 o'clock here. And that's bedtime for Jimmy Lou. Jimmy Lou is an early go to bed person. I go to bed early, but I don't go to sleep early. Anybody else like that? You go to bed early, but you don't go to sleep early. Oh, cool. Yes, flowers for sure. I can't wait. Okay, so here we go. We have this little bit left to do here. And you could also, I like doing the soft fabric covers. You could do this with paper as well. And you can use boxes to do it. So y'all, with your physical therapy, y'all need to be taking it easy. Summer's rough on some of you guys. Some of you guys are having a rough summer so far. Yeah, I do have my mind. I have a hard time settling my mind. And I had a really rough night last night. I have poison on my legs, which kept me awake itching. Then I got a new pillow, and the pillow is too hard. So I had a hard time with the pillow. Larry ended up switching pillows with me halfway through the night so that I could get some sleep. And then my back was bothering me. And it just was a rough night last night. Like, I almost was like considering maybe I should do this a different day. But I didn't know what other day I could do it. on the count of the jamboree tomorrow. So, and Friday I'm helping with the baby. So, okay. So there's all of our pieces, or all of our fabric put on there. Make sure to get that off of there. And just press it down. I think that's what my problem is, Ganilla, is I should just stay off of Facebook and then I won't have this sleeping problem. Because I get watching someone and then I get really interested in what they're doing, or I click onto YouTube and I find something that I watch that I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. How can I revamp that? So I am just doing what's called a miter cut if you're new here. This is a miter cut. I cut in towards my point of my book. I leave 1/8 of an inch of fabric and then I rotate. I twist my thing so it's not a straight on cut. So that way when I fold this over, there's a little bit of fabric at the corners. So that way it wraps that corner nice and tight and you don't see. I know. And then, I don't know, my tinkler was working good last night. It was working overtime. I had to tinkle a couple of times in the middle of the night. And I was like, oh, this is for the birds, is what I was thinking. Yeah, I almost was just going to get up and come down to the craft room and just work down here and clean and put some books or something together. Because I was having a dilly of a time. I really was just a dilly of a time. Okay, so now we're going to add some glue on this side. And this side, I always do my two, anyone else notice this about me? I always do my 2 long ends first and then my short end. So I just add some glue and some glue. Okay. I think we have a mouse in our house. I keep hearing sounds that are like mouse-like sounds. I haven't told Larry yet, because that one summer, oh my gosh, 2 summers ago, we had 12 mice we caught here in the house. I'm not kidding. And I was like, this mouse thing is just something, let me tell you. So I could totally skip this part of doing this when we do these full-on journal days. But to be honest with you, I think we always have someone new that they would be lost. Do you print the digital downloads on cardstock or regular paper? That depends, Jamie March. Sometimes I print, if it's ephemera, like these cards laying here, I'm not using these in this book, but these I printed on cardstock. It could be a bird. They do like to build nests on this light we have out back. If it's just the paper that I'm adding in between, I just use regular copy paper. Okay, so it depends where I'm using. If I'm using it as ephemera or journaling cards, then I print on cardstock. If I'm using it for the pages in between, unless it's something that I know I want to build like a waterfall or something on, then I do it, the metal corner protectors I get on Amazon. And the ones that we're using for this one, the ones that came in the kit, I ordered off of Temu, and joke was on me. They were just slightly different. They don't have the slip-on like over the edge. They just are kind that you glue on. So we'll be using that to glue on. But I like the ones that slip over the edge. These ones here I purchased on Amazon. Watch it go flying everywhere. I like the ones that slip over the edge better than the ones that just glue on. But you can also get the ones like we're going to use in this. You can get at Hobby Lobby as well. I've seen them there. They were by Paper Studio already. So the slip-on ones, I get it on Amazon. And if someone shoots me a private message to remind me, I'll put a link up for it. I also need to put a link up for the ephemera pack that I'm going to be using in this kit. All right, so once you have that all pulled in and glued down, you have the outside of your cover. Look at how pretty that looks. Is that not pretty? I think the hardest part is going to be, do I want the big blue at the top or do I want the red at the top? Oy, that's going to be a difficult decision. Okay, so the next piece of fabric that I have is this, and this is... should have been a little bit bigger, but it's not, so we're going to make it work. I probably took an offcut. Oh, listen to her over there cleaning. You can print on paper and glue onto cardstock. I've done that too. You can also print onto like sticker paper. You can buy sticker paper for your printer that you can print right onto stickers. So there's always that. All right, so we're just going to spread a little bit of glue there to get us started. Just like so. Okay, and then we're just going to work across. It was a little shorter than I typically cut. I think I took one of the offcuts. Yep, we can add ribbon. I have doodads. We have this and that. I'm looking for something that I have. We could add lace, absolutely. Pockets. We can add some of this rickrack that is coming in the kits. This can get added along the edge there just to add a little bit of extra to the border. Just to kind of what have you. So we'll figure something out. Chris, where do you live? Chris, where do you live? I think she's in Ohio. All right, so let's really shake and bake and get this part done. And I'd like to get the signature tucked in here before we take a little break. And that's how it's going to work today. We'll work some, we'll take a little break, work some more, take a little break. I'm going to be taking a big break around 3:30 or so, 3:30, 4 o'clock. We're going to take a nice long break. See how far we get on the book by then. Because we were supposed to go last night to get the suits for David's wedding. And what ended up happening is the guy was only open until 5. We thought he was open until 7. And my son David, he had to work till 6 last night, so it just didn't work out. Let's do some shout outs. While I'm giving some shout outs, here's what you do. Give some hearts and some thumbs up. If I say call out your name, say hey back if you like. Don't feel like you have to, but hey, hey, hey. Okay, well, I'll be out to Michigan, no problem. It's hot enough for me to go swimming. Okay, here we go. Shout out time. Good morning, Miss Sherry Short is here. Hello, Ganilla. Miss Sweden in the house. Amy Wetzman Sullivan. Hello to Sue Blaylock and Carol Maloney. Hello, Estelle Patterson. Good morning to Miss Nancy Modell. We have Edie Schmidt. Welcome, Miss Edie. Hello, Tammy Voigt and Christy Nelson. Dawn Horkings. Terry Drown is in the house. So is Joni Johnson. Hello, Miss Joni. And Melissa Jo Shepard Snyder. Carolyn Freeman. We have Leslie Wells Cottrell. We have Liz Hughes and Regina Nichols. Hello, Miss Michelle Chaston. We have Debbie Zerker Fritz and Virginia Johnson. Kathy Angel's in the house. So is Dolores. Miss Dolores. Hello, Dolores Rumble. And Chris Spencer Little. We got Kathy Cosman Festing. Is that how you say it? I'm really sorry. I'm bad with names. Bobby Ulrich. We have Lisa Kidd and Kathy Hendren. We got Diane Cook. Teresa Sugarick. We got Della Murphy. Hello, Miss Della. And Cheryl Garner, Deborah Campbell, Cheryl Meach, Jamie March and Carrie King Hall. Hello and welcome. Oh, you only live a few miles from Chris Hunter? I would be like over at her house like, hey. Oh, you haven't met her yet? I haven't met her in person yet either, but she's a very, very nice lady. I know her on because of like, well, I just do. And I've known her for a while. And I've guest crafted in her group for her. And I think I've guested on her page. And she was ever present when we hit the beloved 10,000 followers here on Facebook. She was on live and she said, oh my gosh, we're not getting off the live until she gets it. And it was a lot of fun. So her mom does seem really wonderful, doesn't she? I just call her mom. Just call her mom. I have to get her mom on, with us for the Junk Journal Jamboree sometime. Invite her as a guest and let her jamboree with us. So tell me in the comments, is anybody what journal are you working on? It doesn't have to be this one. Are you working on a book or a journal? You got something in the plans you're collecting stuff for? What do you have happening? Just curious. You need to watch the Jamboree. That's tomorrow. It starts right here at 1 tomorrow. You can watch them all in the Junk Journal Jamboree group. They'll all get sprinkled into there tomorrow. And it'll be a lot of fun. I need to clean my one room while I'm watching. No joke. 5 recipe journals. Awesome. Are they gifts? Regina, are they gifts? Wait. You can't start one till you have some goals met. I get it. I understand that. I don't know why I'm squirting it on the spoon and not right onto the paper here. We're having a... This should finish this up. All the livelong day, I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away. Okay, there we go. All right, let me just, I think I have this laying here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and add this. I keep going back and forth. Do I want to add this or do I just want to go with some lace? So I just want to pull out some lace. Just do it with the lace. Hang tight. I think I'm going to go with some white lace, you guys. So I have this white lace. And I'm just going to trim it. Hold on. Hold on. I wasn't expecting to have to do this. I'm having to do it because I think I'm the one that took the smaller piece of fabric here. But we're just going to add it to the front and to the back is what we're going to do. And it'll look really cool. So hang tight. So that's 9 inches from top to bottom. So if I just go at the 9 here, cut this off. And then we're just going to add it to the edge here. Oop, a little too long. And it's just going to stick out from the book. Oh, I should have folded this. Fold this in half. Fold your book in half. It might take a bit to work it if you let it sit too long, and that's what I did. I left it sit before I folded it. But if I glue that on like so, ooh, I really boogered that, didn't I, you guys? Hang tight. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Should have been over a little more. So I just think the eyelet, I'm just going to let it hang. I'm going to let it hang all out. I feel like I should have trimmed it just a little bit more. And I don't know why I got a pucker. I think I left it lay here and the glue started to dry. So then it caused it to be a little stiff. I like to fold it when it's wet. So then you'll avoid that kind of pucker. But we'll add that much stuff in here that it'll hardly be noticeable. So let me just trim this up. It's just a little longer than I want it. Now this lace will not come in your kit. All right, let's trim this straight. Because I'll let it stick out some, but I don't want it to stick out too much. I mean, if you have it too much sticking out, it's going to interfere with the closure if that's what we're going to use and all the fun stuff. And I hadn't really thought about what I want to do for like pockets and closures and things yet. So, hi Mom, hi Evie. And then I think what I'm going to do is just take a little of this and go right down the edge here. Okay. And then on the front side, this is the back cover. I guess I decided just now that the red is going to be at the top. Because I like the cording, and then we can do a belly band, we can do a sideways pocket this way, and then the front side we can do, I don't know what we'll do. I want to add a pocket, a big lacy pocket, big lacy pocket. But I have this, hold on. Let me just trim this up. Because what I do with this, because it's already gathered, it came off of a dress, is what it came off of. So be watching for that kind of stuff. Is all I need to do to get this to be straight for a pocket. Oh geez, there's a hem right there. Hold on, let me cut the hem off. Is all I have to do is cut that gathered part off at the top, and it will ungather. It'll unravel. Okay. So I'm just gonna lob a bunch of that off, you guys, and then see how big I want my pocket to be. And let's trim that. And then to get this straight, all I need to do is find like kind of that focal point and trim it straight. Okay. So let me do that where my old lady eyes can see. Okay. And then we're just going to trim this off straight. And I'm just going to go a little lower. I'm coming down here. So straight across those points is where we're going to go. Okay. And then I can glue this as the pocket. So we're going to glue this back here with this trim work along there. And then we're going to make this a pocket here. I'm just debating. Do I want the... Okay, help me decide. Help me decide. Should my loops be at the top of the pocket, or should they be at the bottom of the pocket? It doesn't matter. We're going to do something to the straight edge either way, wherever it goes. What do you like, though? Do you like it at the bottom, or do you like it at the top? Y'all decide. You like the loops at the top? Oh, I think we're going to have a full-on 100% agreeable here. That doesn't always happen around this place. So far, I'm seeing everybody liking it at the top. Okay, we're going to add some glue along here. And I'm just using Fabri-Tac. It already had tacked it down in one spot, to be honest with you guys. And that's going to cover that up. Okay. It is unanimous, isn't it? Okay, wait, what? What are you going to do, be done at the bottom? Okay, so this cording I'm going to do as a trim work here across the bottom of this. So I do have some that are different colors. Surprise! Yeah. Or we can use the rickrack. The rickrack. We have rickrack that's coming in the kits. And we could actually use the rickrack all the way down. We can also use this all the way down the side here too, as well. If we want. Whatever we want. We can do whatever we want. It's our book. We can do whatever we want. Right? Okay, let me just trim this a little bit. And unglop my glue cap. Oh, I do not like a gloppy glue cap. I do not like a gloppy glue cap, you guys. Let's add a little more of this along here. Press this down. And then right along here, we're just going to add a trim. Just like this. And that just hides that kind of seam. So this trim work does not come with this, but you are going to get some red, white, and blue trim, some ribbon trim for tassels and things like that. Let me grab some and show you what extra I have. So if you're ordering a kit, I can tell you Larry put something special in everyone's kit for them, as did I, just something a little extra. Okay, so here's the other trim works that I have for mine. I have this kind of red doodaddy stuff. This red doodaddy stuff, but I have this. This is kind of cool. It's like blue and white. And we could do this as the trim across the bottom of the pocket. And it'll just stick out the bottom of the book a real tiny little bit. Can you guys see that? Yeah, I don't like gloppy. Gloppy is no good. And we can also use this as trim work along here. And, all right. Let me just see here. I'm going to have that crease in there. There's no denying that that's going to be in there. Okay, so that eyelet stuff is sticking out nicely. I'm happy with that. And then we have this. That can sometimes happen, you guys. But honestly, we're putting a pocket and you're not going to notice it too well. All right, let's trim this a real little bit here, you guys. These are not fabric scissors, and I can tell. My fabric scissors are in the other room. Good morning. So tell me what do you like? Do you like, shall we put this? I also have this white, which is kind of like this pom-pom trim that we could do. We could do this straight across the whole bottom of the book if we wanted to. But I think I just like it along the bottom of the front and then let that fringe sort of all hang out. It is homemade. It is not machine made. If it were machine made, I would have been fired a bit ago. So we're just adding our pocket piece is what I'm adding right now. So just waiting to hear what you guys are thinking about across the bottom of the edge of the book here. You like the fringe? I like the fringe too, but we can add the fringe and we can add some blue. We can do both kind of to layer it and it'll look kind of unique. Is everybody like the fringe? Everybody like the frilly fringy stuff? And I don't know what everybody's getting. We just kind of like matched it up and did all of the things with it. And then we need to do the fringe is pretty, isn't it? All right, so let's add our glue along here for our pocket. We're gonna pull that a little snug. I'm gonna make it a little snug, you guys. And then we're gonna get our signature in here. Okay, so let's add the white fringe. And the white fringe will hang out from the bottom. This is going to be out the side of the cover. This is going to be a book that has it all hanging out, I think, you guys. All right, so we're going to add this along the bottom down here. And then we'll add some of this blue. We can add the blue trim with the little white loops. We can add straight down the side too, you guys. Okay. The other thing I have is everyone will be getting some of this frilly. We can add this too along the edge over here. It's going to be too big though. That's going to be too big. All right, let's get the white fringe on with the blue. I think blue was kind of the consensus there. Everybody sort of liked the blue. So let's put this. And we're letting it all hang out, you guys. Don't be afraid to layer stuff up. Layering is kind of half the fun. No kidding, okay? So adding a layer of this kind of stuff around it is going to just be really pretty. And what we're going to do is we're going to go this way. And we're going to add a little along here. Okay, so we're just going to kind of frame this pocket out with this stuff. But this, we're going to go straight along the whole edge here. Actually, if we go this direction, you guys, then it might stick over the edge a little bit and just look kind of pretty. So, and then we have this pocket. Now I'm debating, though, do I want to just add it to only the pocket? Like, this is okay. I'm okay with that. I think I do just like it just over the pocket. All right, let's add this. To there. Trim this off. There we go. And it is not where we're bending. Got to be careful where you're bending. Just on the pocket. Okay, that's what I thought too. Listen, glue is going to get you no matter what you do. The glue is going to get you. The glue is going to get you. Yeah, I like it just framing out that pocket too. Why do I feel like I already cut one of these off? Oh well, I'm going to do it again. And then I have this pretty trim work we can use for tags and stuff throughout the book as well. Okay, so let's add this one here. Oh, now come on, stay in place. See, my finger touched the glue, and then it's anything goes. Anything goes once your finger touches that glue, let me tell you. And then we can add something decorative onto this as well. But now we have a pocket here, and we haven't decided what we're doing on the back here yet. But I am kind of leaning towards doing a belly band that is this direction for holding something longer and taller. And it's just a matter of what do I want to use for said belly band. This is too big. Hang on. We can probably figure this out. Oh, you know what we can use is I have this. And we don't need a big all the way across belly band. We just need something small. We could also do a a sideways pocket this direction to hold something. We could leave it alone. We could just let it go for now too and decide as we go along, which is what I'm leaning towards. We're going to kind of let it go. How did you get started just doing junk journals? You mean like changing like from doing other stuff to doing the junk journals? It was easy. I always loved bookmaking and junk journaling. And so for me to say I need to... It is kind of giving a picket fence. Like, I don't know. I knew I cut one of those. I knew it. I knew I had one. For me to switch from doing DIYs over to this, it was a little on the easy side because I loved bookmaking so much. It was just easier. You can add something like a pin as decoration here if you like. I'm just looking to see if there's something that I had like within reach to use. I got a lot of stuff here, you guys. Lots of stuff. But anyways, we can get to that later. So let's put together a signature for inside here. I am going to fold it. I do like how the fringe is sticking out the bottom and how we have the lace out the side. That all works for me. I'm good with that. As far as a tie, as a closure, you don't have to have a tie closure. Maybe something red, like coming out the end. Oh, for like the, yeah, maybe that's what we need. Maybe we just need something kind of red. And I think I'm going to do like one of those little tablet things that we can slip in there. And it'll be nice because we are doing a pen. We could do a pen loop here too, which would be easy enough to do because we have plenty of book page. We can do it up here as well. So we'll figure it out. But I think that's something I just want to hang on to. Just tuck it in my back pocket for the moment until we get this signature sewed in here. Okay, so let me just set this off to the side. And let's talk about what we have to use for in our signature. You're getting the 6 sheets of the junk journaling paper plus this, and this is going into mine, as is my, I liked doing the Star Spangled, the music paper in that last one. I liked doing where I folded it in half, and that was like the center of the book, and I think I'm going to do that again. I think I really like that. This paper, I'm keeping the size that it is. You have to be careful with sizing that you don't have things that are sticking way out of your book that you're like, oh my goodness, you know. Here is this paper here. Looks like Declaration of Independence paper. So right there is 3 sheets of something that we just have happening. And on this side here, we'll add something decorative to that. So right there is 3, plus the 6 is 9. I like to put anywhere from 10 to 15 sheets in my junk journals. Some flags do have fringes. Yes, absolutely. And that's kind of what I want to be looking at. Like this is definitely a 4th of July book. If you have someone in the military, this is definitely like, could be their style book. I don't know that I'm going to use all of this. For a couple of reasons. First of all, I'm not too fond of this sheet, and these 2 sheets are very close to the same. So I like to kind of pick out what I'm sticking in there first and go from there, that I know I'm sticking in there. Like, I know this is going in there. This is a given. I like having a paper doily in my books, okay? So this is going in there. So now we're up to 4 sheets of definites. I don't want anything to be bigger than this sheet right here, because this sheet is already going to be tight in that book. So this sheet, when I look at it and I measure it, it should be 8.5 by 11, but I think we just measure it just to be certain. Yeah, it's 8.5 by 11. So if you're going to do something like this, it says American Soldier on it. We need 8.5 high, you guys. So if I cut down 8.5 here, it's going to kind of cut into that soldier part. I'm okay with it. It's not bad. And then you need by 11. So we have to take an inch off. So we're going to cut 11.5 here to make it even. And 11.5 here. And this just came from Paper Studio. So from Hobby Lobby is where this came from. And it was just a sheet you could buy individually. So whichever direction you want this to go is fine. Oh, I think I want to do this. I think I want this to go like this. Okay, so I'm kind of building from the center out. Sometimes I have to talk the process. I have to talk it half to death and then be like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to do. But I want to work it from the inside out, I think. But if I put the Star Spangled Banner here, this is my center piece. Okay, then I have this flag-like looking piece of paper there, and that makes me kind of happy. All right, so that is a piece of paper that was just from my stash. Hello, Miss Michelle. I did like it, and then what we did was we created these kind of pockets on the side here that was just really, really fun. So and this is the Star Spangled Banner. Yes, I picked it out for myself because I liked it and I wanted it. So then, you know, we can do this paper here because that'll be against some nicer stuff, you know. And then I have some other papers here that also came from Hobby Lobby that were single sheets. We have this. This one here says United States of America. This one here actually says USA, but I'm not really fond of this, except for the fact that I would cut that out. There's another sheet of this. And here's a sheet of this. And we have some of this, and stuff is falling on the floor now. I hope I didn't need... It was my doily! Crud! Shoot. Well, I don't know if I have any other doilies in here either, you guys. I think they're all in the other room. And it fell way on the other side. No joke. Like way, way on the other side. Well, maybe that's just Jesus telling me I didn't need a doily in it this time. And that's okay. I can't believe I dropped that down there, though. And I'll never reach it. It's way down there. Way, way down there. And there's too many other things in my way. And I'm not sure where my granny grabber is in the other room, too. Okay, well, somebody tell me it's okay that we don't have to put a doily in there. Or that we can use the doily in another way. Miss Kate's Cuttables makes some really pretty red, white, and blue items as well. Look, here's some cut-aparts that I pulled. I also had in my stash this Proud to Serve. This is an old paper pad from... Yep, maybe we're just not supposed to use it. So, you know, I mean, there's some really cool papers in here that we could use too. And these are not scrapbook, I mean, it's paper, not cardstock. Yeah, I need my granny grabber. So yeah, you can, there's some dirt if you want to use dirt. I'm just looking to see if there's anything that was really screaming to me, and I didn't really see anything overly screaming out at me. All right, we're going to use the barnwood. That's going to be, we're going to use, see, I was like, the doily looks so cool over this. We don't need the doily. It's okay. 8.5 by 11 is what we need these cut down to. Keep your scraps because you can use those for journal papers or for other things. By 11, Jimmy Lou. 8.5 by 11. If you like the USA paper, we can grab that. I really like this. 8.5. By 11. I saw Michelle was here. I think I like this for as soon as you come into the book. You guys know I like, it's all about what you see as soon as you open the cover to the book. So as soon as we open the cover to this book, I like that we could see this red, white, and blue stars. I saw somebody said they like the USA paper. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, 6. We have 6 sheets right now. And then if we add in the 6 sheets that I'm sending, that'd be good. I am not using this here right now. Somebody said the USA paper. I'm not sure why I saw that. Whoops. Hold still now. Nothing else is allowed to hit the floor in here today. I think they were meaning this red USA paper. This stuff here. And then we're going to add in some of the stuff that is just the junk journal paper. Michelle wants to know, how's everybody doing? I think we're all doing pretty good, actually. Let's go this direction. And it's okay that it's not double-sided, because I can take my pieces that are like my scrap stuff, and we're going to create some fun pockets and some fun extras. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The doily would have been 8, you guys. I'm debating. I can go right in the... Okay, let's take it to a vote. Doily or no doily? I want to see you vote. I want to see what you guys have to say about, as soon as you open this up, the doily would be wrapped around the front here. Doily or no doily, while I'm folding up these sheets over here that I have. That is not one that I had. Okay, we have 1 and 1. We're tied 1 to 1. It's kind of like my signature mark there, isn't it? Okay, I think we're kind of tied up there. Some of you guys want to see it. It's not like we can't make it into a pocket. You guys want to see me stray away from it, I think. Because I'm so dependent on some things, I'm trying to pull away from those set things. It does make it more feminine. And, I mean, listen, if you wanted me to go away from the feminine side, we already added something very feminine there. So, there's a quite possibility that went out the window a bit ago. But, I think we can let it go, because if I want to add it, we can always add it as a pocket right onto this page. So, I think I'm just going to let it be for now and see where we go from there. What do you think? How does that sound? Does that satisfy everybody's? Exactly. It's my book and I can do exactly what I want. So that's 2. Here we got 3 and 4, 5, 6. We got 7, 8, 9, 10. I want to add 2 more of that junk journal paper. Yeah, I do get very dependent on certain things, like how I sew a signature in, how I add the pockets, and especially like if it's something that I really like, I tend to do it like all the time. And I do like the doilies, but it does add a little bit of feminine side to it. Yes, it does. This one, this one, this one, and then these 2. And these 2 we're leaving alone. I'm not putting that junk journal paper in between the Star Spangled Banner here and I'm so tempted to cut it off, but yet I kind of like that it looks a little on the torn side. So we have 12 sheets in our signature. There's 12 all together. But yeah, if we like the doily that we want to use it, we can use it as a pocket somewhere and that'll be okay. So this is going to hold up very nicely as a signature for red, white, and blue. Straight to you. Hang on one second. Okay. I do have doily stickers. No kidding. I really, now listen, she's the one starting this, so if you guys didn't like this idea, it's Chris Little's fault, okay? So we'll just blame her. I do have doily stickers. It's a matter of where do I have them. But I really do have some that are, they're clear sticker and it looks like a doily. And they're really pretty. So there is that. Okay, so let me get some clips here. And we have this, not this one. All right, where is mine? I'm using black thread on this, although I did send brown in the journal kits. So if you didn't like brown, you can get some. This is waxed thread. I purchase it on big rolls because I include them in my kits. So it just is a little nicer and it does kind of protect what you have going on. All right, so tell me in the comments. Oh, I do have, no, you don't get a say in this one. So in the kits, you guys, everyone's getting a needle and everyone is getting an awl this time. So the awls are nothing to super brag about. They are sharp, so you'll have to be careful. I did package them very lovingly so that they don't jab or stab anyone's postman. Because, you know, that would just stink. First of all, I don't really particularly want to be sued anytime soon. So that's always a good idea to protect my interests here. So we are going to clip these on here. Just like so. Who knows? Maybe the next kit, I'll even include some clips. Guys. Maybe I'll buy a pack of clips for the next kit. I drop them on the floor. I break them. These are for sewing, for quilters use them, okay? But to be honest with you, you can use them for bookmaking too. All right, so we're going one in the center. This is probably the only thing you guys never see me measure. Keep your hand out of the way. Poke it all the way through and give it a twist, okay? Give it a little twist to make that hole very defined. We're going all the way down towards the bottom down here and doing the same thing. Poke it through. Get it through. Give it kind of that twist. It helps. It helps with your needles going through. Here's this one. Here's this one. Now we're going to do all the way to the top. And we're going to do one right next to that. And that's so that way we can create this little loop so we can hang a dangle off of it. You're glad. Listen, I bought some and they came and they're like 8. Listen, the ones I got were 7 inches long. I want you to see this. From the tip of here to here. That's how long the needles were that they sent me. And I was like, I ordered 4-inch needles, not sew from across the room size, please. So I said to Larry, I can't send these. You guys are supposed to get these. These are actually 3 inch. The 4 inches were a little bit bigger. But I said, oh my goodness, what am I supposed to do here? It was a time. Okay, so to stitch these in, you pull all the way through the center. If you look them up, if you're not getting a kit, but you need to purchase the sewing needles, they're called doll needles. And apparently, like, they're for sewing eyes and stuff like that onto dolls. I don't really know. I don't understand all of it. I just know that's what they're called. Okay, so we're going to come all the way up to the second loop from the top. And we're just going to go around. We're just going to make a loop. So we're just going in and out. And we're coming back in that top loop. Okay. And then what that does is it creates, on the outside, it creates this little loop that now we can hang a charm off of, or a dangle. In this case, I'm going to be teaching you guys some cool ways to make some tassels, and it'll be fun. Okay, so here we go. We're going to skedoot all the way to the bottom, and then we're going to come up through the center on the opposite side of where we went down. That way when we tie it, it ties it all into place where it needs to go. All right, so up through the center. Now what you got to do is you got to pull this really tight, you guys. Now listen, we're not dangling anything off the center. Not this time. You can if you like. I really overshot the amount of thread that I needed there. I wasn't really paying attention when I cut it off. Yeah, garage sales is a great place to find them. And then I just tie it in a little bow. Or attempt to. Hang tight a second. Don't lose that needle. It's one of your favorites. So you can just tie it in a knot, and that's fine too. It is entirely up to you how you... Now I really did lose it, you guys. How you choose to tie up your center is entirely up to you. You are getting enough of charms and things that you could add something dangling from the center if you like. But again, it's your book. You can do it however you like, and it's up to you. All right, we're going to take these off and take a look at what we have so far. So we have this hanging out the bottom. Now, I did say, remember I said you guys are getting this frizzle frazzle that you can add. You can add it to the outside of your book here if you like. You can add it as a wraparound with a... it starts right here, Sherry, tomorrow. On my page, we are working with a designer named Donna from the Twisted Paper Studio. She has given 8 of us a complimentary kit for us to do whatever we choose. I will show you the design of one of the pages, but you'll have to tune in here tomorrow to see all of the pages. This is just one. And then it's up to us, however we choose to use it, to create something junk journal like. So we can create a journal with it. We can create tags, journaling cards, anything at all. It's up to our discretion as long as we use it. So you can use this and put a little Velcro dot to create a thing like this. But you guys, I'm thinking I really want to do the tattered doily wrapped around the edge here. We'll have to trim it. Or who knows, maybe we ought to just leave it alone and just let it have it. What do you guys think? I kind of like the tattered doily look. So what happened to me was I accidentally started to cut one. When you get it, it's going to have 4 squares. So you could technically do, 2 on the front, 2 on the back. We could just do this and create a tie closure. What do you guys like? We can create a little tie closure here with some of the ribbon that I have. Some very red, white, and blue ribbon. Have this. Yeah, I told you. See? Now you want the doily on the inside. I need to order more doilies for the next kit because we sent out all of them in this one. So if you want to get a kit, you can do so in my shop. Let me give you the link. You guys can head over there and grab one. This is for the shop. To get a kit, there's about 20 of them left over there. They'll get sent out on Friday. You like it like this? With this, we can do this as a closure just to pull that out. And you can still see very defined what we have going on there. And I think I have something in mind for what I want to put right in the center of that. Which if I do, I'll provide as long as we get an email. You'll have to, well, I don't want to give anything away. We'll wait and see. So I kind of like this, and everyone's going to get this red, white, and blue checked, ribbon. I ordered it from Temu, and everybody's getting some of it. So you'll have enough to do a closure there. So we can do the underneath the doily though. It reminds you of a big firework. It does, doesn't it? Okay, so let's do that. Let's get this all tied up. And then I think we'll take a little break. You're going to watch the replay? Awesome. It does look like a medallion. One thing I'm not using, and I want to let's just talk a little bit about flag etiquette. It is bad etiquette to take an American flag and use it as a cover. That's not what it was intended for. So please don't do that. I mean, if you do, I'm not going to be like the flag police and be all like, ooh, I told you not to do that. But it just is an out of form of respect. You may want to steer clear from that, because you don't want to make the veterans angry at you either. Even if you're trying to create something pretty. Even like old, worn, and torn flags, you want to be careful using something like that, you guys, because they're meant to be retired. And I know people are watching from outside the United States going, what is she talking about? It is a form of respect. We have no law. No one's going to beat down your door and be all like, oh, you're doing this. But as a form of respect. So you're not going to see me use an actual American flag. Other than I do have a pin somewhere that I'm thinking about pulling to use somewhere. I don't know where. Okay, so there's our closure. And I'm okay if it crinkles up the lace. It doesn't matter to me. Yeah, respect it. That's all. Exactly. You're not going to see me tear up a Bible. I feel bad that I tore up that Psalms book yesterday, but it wasn't actually the Bible. It just had a lot of Bible verses within it. So, yeah, flag etiquette is sorely misunderstood. Okay. Is Michelle still here? Michelle, whatever you're doing, put it down. Unless you're out walking the dog, and check it out. Apparently, I've taken a little bit of Michelle's style, and I'm okay with that. But I think I like just leaving it kind of tattered and not trimming it up. Then again, I was really considering, do I want to trim it up to make it look just a little bit neater? So I am going with kind of like that tattered look, but yet I have all the neat straight lines. And I think that's kind of where my style has morphed into. Some ragged with mostly, you know, the rest happening. So I think I like this one a little better. No, I don't. I like that one a little better. And we can definitely make it more torn and tattered just by nipping some things off here. And I think I just like it better that way. Just looks good. I don't know. We'll see. So this will go here. These are hand dyed. So if you're getting a kit from me, you'll get one of these hand dyed pieces for you to use however you like in your book. Our country is ragged, isn't it? Let me see. You really like the cover? Yes, me too. Okay, so let's get some. I am using Fabri-Tac for this stage of the book. When we come back the next time, now listen, you could have taken this cover to the sewing machine. You could have did some stitching. That would have been really lovely. Or you can just do you. You do you. You like to sew on it. If you don't. If you crochet and you want to crochet kind of your own thing, then just you do you. It's a you thing, okay? I am going to glue some of these tattered pieces kind of down, but I'm not going to be too calculated with it. I also think it looks a little bit like a sunburst, which is kind of cool also. And let's do this one up over here. So Michelle, I'm leaving it a little tattered. And you know what? Michelle and I are pretty good friends. I'd say we're good friends. And if I got this from her, great. Couldn't have found a nicer lady, just saying. Leave some tattered and hanging, and if it gets in your way, you can trim it off later. Just let it go, though. Y'all do you, though. Whatever you like, you do. Okay, so I think we're good. I just don't want at the edge here to be flopping around too much. Okay, so that looks good. I think we're doing really good. Okay. Yes, follow your heart. Exactly. Yeah, and it comes a little from here, a little from there. I would say like a lot of like my straight on pieces, like my squared up pieces, I would say that probably came from Paul Ford. I follow him on YouTube. And also Rosa Kelly. I really admire Rosa Kelly. I think she's a fantastic lady. So give me 1 second. I want to just grab something quickly that I want to show you. Okay, so the other day, we went to the flea market. I'm coming back. I didn't leave you forever, I promise. I went to the flea market the other day, and I bought up some old photographs. And I'm thinking that I want to put an old photograph on here, but I haven't really looked through them much, other than there's some really cool ones here. There are some really cool ones, and I don't know if I want to go that big. There are some really nifty ones here. And I think I have some ideas for some of these, but now don't hate me, but these oval ones, we could trim these out. We could cut them and make them fit for wherever. Michelle gives all of her like people names and stuff. Like, I don't know. I haven't really seen anything that's very like straight on patriotic. I don't know. We got Uncle Jeb here and Aunt Louise, but I thought something here might click with what we want to do. I never saw them printed diagonal either. This was the first time. And I had these 4 right here laid out as a printable. This one, and this one, and this one, and this one. So if I can scan these up nicely and do, yeah, Liberty Bell. I don't know what's going on the front here, but there's some really cool ones. But this here just looks like a all-American family. And just because I don't use it on the cover doesn't mean we can't do something with it for the inside. There's some really, look at how happy she is. Isn't she happy? There are no soldier pictures here. There is this teeny tiny guy. He's an itty bitty though, but he's a youngin'. He is a youngin' for sure. She has a very nice soul, I think. Don't you think? Just look at her eyes. She's a beautiful soul. So I bought them with the intentions that maybe, perhaps, this one looks like Nicolas Cage. But, you know, here's some kiddos, and I think it's just not going to work. Okay, these 2 here, this is the happiest day of their life. They both don't look to be much older than like 14, 15 years old. These are, they're I think they're prints, okay? Like, you know how you go in and you're like, oh, I'm going to order this print or that print because they have the photographers. Look how they spelled photographer. So, I have no problem buying them. I think I want to use them as like more like a printable that we can print and cut out. I feel weird cutting them up, but here's like Sister Sally and May and little Tommy. There are no soldiers. I thought for sure because there were some that had dates like 1910, and I thought that I might come across some like old soldier pictures, but I didn't. So only other photos that I have, like old photos, are these ones that are like reprints. And you know, we have these ones. I mean, there's not technically any that are like soldiers. There's Billy's Garage. You would find a Liberty Bell. I mean, some of these are pretty cool. A soldier would be cool. Oh, I know what I do have. I mean, they're old, but maybe I have. Hold on. Let me see if they're within reach. What I'm thinking. I don't think they're in here. Hold on 1 second. See, sometimes you just have to let your brain go and go find what you know you have. I know what I do have on the cover. I just remembered something I have on the cover. Hang on. Okay, so some of you in your kits are going to get Scrabble tiles that say America, and some of you are going to get Scrabble tiles that say USA. So I think at this point it might be worth me just stopping and let my brain reset. These are the corners for the cover. These metal-y pieces. And then we have Scrabble tiles. And just because I'm sending them doesn't mean you have to use them. And I don't, you know, now that I'm like messing with them, I don't know that I want to use them on the cover. Doesn't mean I won't. They're just not going with what I'm thinking. So, I think I'm going to glue these down here and here. And then I'm going to go to my cut aparts. And I do have like, you can go online. You can find free printables that you can print out something that is an American soldier, if that's what you choose to do. I'm just adding these on. You have to glue these ones on. That's why I'm not overly fond of the kind you have to glue on. But they are in the kit. We also have the little Handmade with Love label that can go on the back. And then inside here are a bunch of things for the spine. There's a key you can see that I definitely wanted to add on there. Here's one that says love and that has a heart. There's some red, white, and blue. These are ribbon clips. So these are all things for the cover, sort of, and the charms and stuff. So I was like, did I glue that one down? I do have my dad in uniform, but I gotta be honest with you. For me selling a book, I feel a little weird. If it was for me personally to keep it, that's what I would use. So those of you who got a kit and you got like grandpa all in his like Civil War vest, then go ahead with that. Okay. Y'all do you. All right. So those are on there and that just needs to dry. I'm going to kind of reset because I do think I want to do some kind of, I don't know, something needs to, we definitely need something more than this happening, but that we have a long way to go in this as well. So I do have an idea for some of these photos. So if you do have old photos that are like the heavier, there's no tins, there's no tin photos. But I just think these would make really cool journal covers. You know, or, you know, for the front of journal covers. These two are by the same studio. So, yeah, these two here, I don't know. This is Jed and Jacob, and he fought for the North and he fought for the South. I'm kidding. It's a joke. But some of them have really pretty pictures. So I thought I had, somewhere I have some Tim Holtz, you know, the soldiers and things like that. That could be also something to do, you know, we can also just, you know, create something big and flashy for in the center. I'm not sure. I honestly am not, at this point I'm like stuck. So I need time to think and regroup and reset. Oh, and I just think I may have found it. Who sent me this? One of you ladies sent this to me. Doesn't it remind you of Votes for Women? Remember those big things they used? These are crocheted. They're white. They're tied up together with this pretty chenille with a vintage button in the center. It does have this dangle, which we could totally trade out. Like we can take this and open it and take this off. Isn't that perfect? If we put this like this in the center of that, what do you guys think of that? Oh, I'm liking it. I don't even care if there is a charm like hanging from it down here that's beaded. I kind of like it just like, do you guys like? I've been holding on to that for a while because I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do there. But what it looks like to me, those of you who crochet, it looks to me like 3 like different size, maybe mini doilies. You like it better? I do too. And honestly, we can use one of the photos for something on the inside that I was thinking. There was some, I would most likely do like a gentleman or a family, you know, that all-American family, some all-American kids, because you can tuck these into pockets. You can do journaling on the back or just have them, you know, especially family. So I don't know if I want to maybe perhaps send it to a tea stain or ink it a bit, or just, I think I like it with the white because it pulls in the white from the sides and the bottom. And y'all were like, oh, it's going to be too chicky if we do it with the doily on the inside. Well, now we're really going to doily it up, you guys. We're going to just fancy this up with some doily. And this is Fabri-Tac. Whoever sent this to me, I'm sorry that I don't remember. I wish that I did. Yeah, you can make them, hang them on your jean jacket. And I was really debating keeping it for myself. Let's add a little. We're going to let this kind of hang loose because this fabric, it tends to show the glue through. So I want to try to keep it as non-noticeable as possible. And I really like that. So whoever sent that to me, thank you. You like it white? And then that's it. And then, you know, I could pull the tiles to say USA instead if you wanted to add it on there. But I think I just want to let it be because we just don't know what this book is going to get you. I don't know what, whoever buys it, I don't know what you're going to use it for. But I really love that we have this like tattered, torn, loosey-goosey stuff hanging there. And then we're leaving this to kind of do its thing. And I'm just going to leave this plain back here on the back. And I think we're good. What time is it, you guys? It's 10:37. Okay, so give me until 12. We will come back at 12. And we're going to work for a good 2 hours, you guys. at putting together things for inside this book. We're going to do some work here. I'm going to retrieve that doily in case we want to use it. We're going to add some decorative papers and some pocket type things throughout. We might even add a kind of waterfall type thing. And I don't know, I just like these so much. I want to use them somewhere. But see, you can just tuck these into pockets, you guys. And how fun are those? Right? Okay, so that's where we're at. You guys with me? You guys gonna meet me back here? And so we have work to do. Oh, I love it. And I love this tall, skinny one. And I like these. Michelle, have you ever seen ones that are diagonal like this? I've never seen ones diagonal. But these are Chester, Illinois. And they're just something. They really are. So, and this one here is kind of cool too. So if I get them scanned for a printable, I will let you know. You guys can get a kit to create your own red, white, and blue journal. They're $50. They're in the Shopify. It looks like Shopify is charging roughly $4 for shipping. If you don't have the ability to purchase through Shopify and you still would like a kit, you can message me and I'll pull one for you once the invoice is paid. When the kits are sold, they're sold. So if you got an invoice on pre-order and you didn't pay your invoice, if someone comes along, the kits will sell. I won't hold them unless you at least have some half down, okay? Half down will hold one. And you can get a kit. I don't know what we're doing back here yet. We're going to decide that when we come back. But the link for the kits is in the description of the video. So is my coffee shop. If you want to leave a tip for my work today, all of the coffee tips today are going into Alara's bank account. We're going to create a bank account for Alara and get her a savings started. Alara is my granddaughter. So should you choose to leave a tip for my hard work today, it is much appreciated. So you guys, I can't wait to see what you end up creating with something like this. That was like the perfect add-on, I think, in my opinion. These, I don't know, these kind of look cheap to me, but they're vintage cheap, so we're good. All right, you guys, have a good rest of your day. Stephanie Delate, check your invoices. My other go-to was going to be a blingy ding ding. That would have been cool in the center too. If you had done a pre-order, those invoices are waiting for you. Stay kind, you guys, and I'll see you back here at 11:30. No, what did I say? 12 o'clock, noon. We're going to come back at noon and we're going to work in our book for 2 hours. Then we'll take a little bit of a break and we'll see what we need to finish up, and we'll either come on later tonight or Friday, okay, and finish it up. Stephanie, check your invoices and message me, okay? All right, and I will talk to you guys all real soon. Remember to always be kind. You never know what someone's going through, and I'll see you all really real soon. Bye, guys.